Good morning. I'm Brother Anthony of the Broad Street Church of Christ, and welcome to our Thursday Throwback edition. Many of us have battled burdens in life. And I ask the question, what do you do with your burdens? You know, many of us, we give up, we give out, we give in. We fall under the weight of the burdens. We let our burdens consume us. We let our burdens change our natural status or our state. We become somebody different than who we're supposed to be. But I ask you, what do you do with your burdens? Do you fret over them? Do you sit down and you just wonder, why me? Why now? Why am I going through this? Do you take your burdens to your friends? But let me tell you this. Many of us do find consolation in friends. But to get rid of your burdens, your friends really can't help you. Job took his burden to his friends. And his result of his conclusion about friends are they are physicians of no consolation, of no value. The problem with friends is that they'll tell you what you want to hear. Some will lie to you. Some friends will allow you to wallow in self-pity and tell you that you have a right to allow your burdens to consume you. Fleeing won't help you. I don't care how fast you run. I don't care how high you fly. I don't care how low you go. You can't run from your problems. You can't run from your burdens, and you certainly can't run from the trials of this life. In Numbers 13 and Numbers 14, Israel found this out the hard way. The story is told by the woman who lived in Florida. And she got so tired of natural disaster, hurricane after hurricane after hurricane coming her way. And in 1992, she decided that she was going to pack up and leave and not go back to Florida when Hurricane Andrew came. Well, she boarded the plane to Hawaii. 3 days later, she was hit with a typhoon named Inky. You see, one thing is, you may run from your problems over here, and when you get over there, the problems still gonna find you. So you might as well face your problems head on. Fighting your burdens won't help you. See, a lot of us try to live in denial and fight what we call face-to-face. You know, but sometimes the Lord will bring burdens to you. And to fight against what the Lord is bringing your way is a dangerous place to find yourself. You see, when I was growing up, me and my brothers, me and my friends, we would ride on bicycles. One of us would be pedaling and steering the bicycle, and the other one would be behind holding on. But what I found out when it was my time to drive the bicycle and pedal and pull, and the bicycle got more difficult to pedal and take people from place to place when the other person was sitting on the seat, dragging his feet on the ground. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes, you know, fighting with your brother, fighting with your sister, fighting against what the Lord has sent your way, is like trying to beat or pedal a bicycle while somebody else got their feet on the ground. You're not going nowhere. So I stopped by here this morning to tell you this. Transfer your burdens from places, things, and other folk. But transfer your burdens to the Lord. You see, there's one, according to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse number 7, that cares about your situation, and that's the Lord. He cares about you. You see, Jesus has walked through loneliness. He has walked through need. He has walked through difficulty, and he most certainly walked through death. He has been hated, he has been loved, he's been accepted, and he has been rejected. He knows what you're going through and he cares about you. That's why the Bible tells us in Hebrews chapter 4, verse number 15, that in all points he was tempted like you and I, yet without sins. So I stopped by here this morning that when you're going through some situations, when you're going through some circumstances, transfer your burdens to the right person. That's Jesus the Christ, because he certainly understands. You see, Jesus is the only one who truly can do something about your situation. Not only does he know what we face, he can change what we face and how we face it. You see, he has power beyond our imagination. Just think about this. If Jesus can place the stars in heaven with the spreading of his fingers, do your problems and my problem pose no problem at all to him? That's why we should trust your burdens to the right provisions. You see, sometimes Jesus, he just remove your burdens altogether. Sometimes he will relieve your burden. And sometimes he will rest you in your burdens. In other words, sometimes he take them away. Sometimes he soften them up. And sometimes he let you stay there and deal with them. But one thing I do know, he's right there with you. Brother Wesley Leonard once told a story about his wife, and his child. And said that, his daughter, when she was a baby, had did something, and his wife, had popped. He said, now that's his baby, that's his baby, that's his baby. And then he said that his wife is his baby. And so now he's stuck in a dilemma, because his wife had just popped his daughter and then put her over in the playpen. And she looked at him and told him, don't you get her out? And he looked at his daughter and told her she better not get out. Isn't that amazing? In a bad situation. But then he started thinking. He said he needed a remedy from on high, So he said these words right here. He said his wife said, you better not get her out. But she never told him he better not get in. So what he did was he picked himself up. Instead of picking his baby up out of the playpen, he found himself getting inside the playpen. And that's what the Lord does for us. He doesn't take our burdens away from us. Sometimes he just gets right there in there with us. Isn't that wonderful? What a mighty God we serve. So the next time you face yourself in a problem, a situation, a dilemma, and a circumstance that you're under control, the next time you find yourself in a catch-22, a rock in a hard place, just remember, God may not take you out, but he may just invite himself in. This is Brother Anthony, the Broad Street Church of Christ. Invite you to 1213 Broad Street, Finney City, Alabama. Well, we'll be glad to worship with you.